It's good. I like the open practice because I think it kind of brings a little bit of, I don't know, a vibe to the practice. Kids are, it's Saturday, the beautiful weather, so I really liked I thought our intensity mentally was good. I thought our focus was good. I like the way our guys competed. It's just we're just trying to get them to understand that hey, Saturdays are different than Tuesday and Thursday are work days. A lot of focus on fundamentals and of the game, and then Saturday we want to get them to don't worry about making mistakes. Just get out there and compete, cut loose, and raise your level of mental intensity on game day.
And you're halfway through after this. You're halfway through spring training. And what have you seen? I know you say I got a little bit more to see
Yeah.
before I can answer that question. What have you seen at least the past 2 weeks full of practice?
I think the thing that sticks out to me the most is whatever we come in after a Tuesday practice or a Thursday practice or whether it be a Saturday practice, when we come in and we make corrections, you see young men who are willing to go back out the next practice and correct it. That's always encouraging because during a game, it has to happen between series. You got to be able to give them information. You have to be able to make that adjustment between the series. So that's the one thing that really just jumps off. And this group has been that way since the day I've gotten here. Whatever expectation we set for them, they try to meet it. And that speaks to their discipline and their character. And so that's been very pleasing.
With there only being 2.5 more weeks left of spring training, how ready are you to get into summer and getting ready for that, and then comes season? I mean, how excited are you that's coming up?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to live in the present. Obviously, I want to, we just try to make the most of every day and take what's right in front of us. And right now, we have practice 7 coming up tomorrow. So we're right in the middle of it. We're trying to get these young men to understand where they enjoy the grind, or embrace the grind of just, man, you've been working out for 8 straight weeks. Now you get into, man, it's just 5 weeks of spring football. So just to get to where every single day, okay, you can't live life by how you feel. You can't live life by, hey, there's certain days where you're not real motivated to want to go out there, but we're trying to get them to understand, lean on your discipline. And that's going to in turn develop mental toughness to where they approach practice. Sometimes when your body doesn't feel right or it doesn't feel absolutely perfect, you can still go out there and flip that switch and be productive and have a quality practice and continue to improve.
Is the puzzles fitting together? Puzzle pieces fitting together kind of a
I,
little bit more?
I think closer. I think, again, they're still under evaluation at every position, just trying to see what everyone's skill set, what they are, what's their talent level, where do they fit in our schemes, both sides of the football. So been very pleased with where we are to this point. We've got to continue to make progress over the course of the next 9 practices and the next 3 weeks. So it's really because it's really the better part of 2.5 weeks is really all we have left, the way the schedule's set up. So again, we just got to keep pushing the envelope, and our guys raising their level of expectations for themselves to maximize their potential.
In terms of recruiting, you've offered several transfers in the past couple weeks and have a couple visiting. So right now, where you stand, what are your biggest team needs after this recruiting class is finished?
Well, I just base it off what we lost. If you look at right prior to me getting here, and there were some kids that obviously entered the portal. So we're trying to fill all those needs, whether it be at defensive back, O&D line. That's where we took most of our losses. So that's going to be, those are immediate needs that we try to fill with older players. I really like the young guys that we signed, those 10 young men. I'm excited about every single one of them. I think those guys will come in and make an impact on our program. But I think if you lose a lot of experience, then you need to fill that void with experience. So that's why we've kind of searched the portal. As long as we have a definitive plan on how we go about doing that. It's not just like looking there and, oh, he's a great player. They have to be a fit into what we do.
So what do you look for in a transfer when you are looking at?
Well, the first thing I look at is, their intangibles. Do they have work ethic? Are they disciplined? Do they, all those things come before the talent. I think you get in trouble if you just sit there and you just base it on talent alone. You got to do your research, and make sure that you're bringing someone in that they align with what you believe as a program, and then we try to bring them in and transition those guys into our system. So that's the biggest thing is just, do they have the right traits that we're looking for? And, that's why I try to keep it simple when it comes to that. I mean, do they have character? Do they have, are they disciplined? We look at their transcript. We talk to people all the way back to their high schools, just trying to make sure that we bring in someone that's going to be productive.
In terms of Abilene and the community, I noticed you're at the Rotary Club last week. How has the community embraced you since being here?
It's been awesome. I mean, big country and as a whole. I mean, love the city of Abilene. I mean, people have been, it's really interesting. There's a lot of Texas Tech connection here. So it seems like, whether I walk into a bank or restaurant, I run into people from Texas Tech. So there's just that familiarity. Then you take in the Abilene Christian, the former players and donors and boosters and man, it's been great. I think we have a great product here at Abilene Christian. We got a great school. We got great coaches. We got great people. And I think, all that combined, I think it's a perfect storm.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
Last thing for me. Xavier Wisher is one of the ones that you
Yep.
signed just because he is from here. What did you see from him, and whenever you signed him, whenever you offered, just overall, what do you think of this young man?
Well, I mean, when you look at his career, what he did high school, that's the thing that got me, intrigued initially. Then once I met Xavier, just watching, his competitive nature, sitting down and meeting him and just getting to know who he is and what makes him tick. I thought he's a young man that brings a toughness and a resiliency. If you look at over his career, I think he had like over 6,000 career rushing yards. I mean, very impressive what he did on the field, and just his determination to want to be a good player and wanting to be here, wanting to be at Abilene, wanting to stay at home, and I think that's very important. Getting and trying to create a sense of pride in our university and this region of the state is really, that's something that's important to me. I mean, when you put that the city's name across the front of your jersey and you're from this region of the state, I think it just is a little bit more pride and can dig down a little bit deeper and give a little bit more, and loved everything that we saw in Xavier.